in one of the finest houses, painted a soft cream color with large windows that let in fresh air, lived Essie. She was the joy of Oyo, a maiden so beautiful that even the wind seemed to pause when she walked by. Her skin was smooth like polished mahogany, glowing under the sunlight. Her eyes, deep and curious, held a mystery that no one could explain. Her long black hair was always neatly braided, falling down her back like a waterfall. Men came from far and wide just to see her. Some arrived in flashy cars, stepping out with confidence, hoping to win her heart. Others came with expensive gifts, gold necklace, perfumes, and even promise of trip to distant lands. Some composed sweet poems comparing her to the moon and the stars. But Essie had its secrets, one she could never share. She could hear their thoughts, not the words they spoke, but the ones hidden in their hearts. And what she heard was nothing like the sweet words they said out loud. They thought they could deceive her, but she could hear their thoughts. When the most beautiful maiden in Oyo Kingdom rejected powerful suitors, they plotted against her, but she had a secret power. Watch till the end to see how Essie turns the table on those who betrayed her. Do you believe in the power of listening or hearing people's thoughts? My oldies, my returnees, you are the real G of this channel. And if you are coming across my channel for the very first time, I greet you specially. Don't forget to hit on the subscribe button at the end of this video. Like and share. Also tell me what you think in the comment section. Guys, let's find out why Essie keep rejecting rich suitors that are coming for her hand in marriage to treat her like a queen. Yes, guys, if only they knew what she had found out about them. Let's continue. She is beautiful, but will she obey like a good wife should? If I marry her, my status will rise. My friends will bow before me, thought another, pretending to be deeply in love. She is perfect, but can she cook? Beauty without cooking skill is useless. Yet another wondered, watching her closely. Essie listened to all of them, her heart sinking each time. None of these men truly loved her. They only wanted to possess her like a trophy. She turned them down, one by one, her polite rejection causing rumors across the kingdom. She is too proud, the people whispered. She is cursed, others said. But Essie knew the truth. She was not cursed. She was simply waiting for the right man, a man whose heart was pure. And so the whisper grew. The suitors became restless, and Essie remained alone, unaware that her true journey was only beginning. The sun rose high above Oyo Kingdom as Essie stepped out into her family's balcony. Stretching her arms, the large house stood proudly on a quiet street, surrounded by neatly trimmed edges. A gentle breeze carried the scent of blooming flowers, but Essie's heart felt heavy. She knew another suitor would come today, just like always. Not long after, a black SUV pulled up in front of the house. A tall, masculine man stepped out, dressed in a neatly ironed white shirt and dark blue trouser. His name was Jide, the son of a wealthy businessman. His confidence was clear in the way he walked, his polished shoe clicking against the pavement. Essie watched as he approached with a bright smile, his teeth gleaming in the sunlight. "Good afternoon, beautiful Essie," he said, bowing slightly like a gentleman. Essie forced a smile, but as he spoke, she tuned into his thoughts. "She is stunning. Once I marry her, my mother will finally respect me. She always says I am useless, but with a wife like Essie, she will bow to me." Essie's stomach tightened. So, this was his reason. He didn't love her. He only wanted to impress his mother. Jide continued talking, boasting about his wealth and how he would take care of her. But Ese had had enough. She smiled gently and said, I appreciate your visit, Jide, but I cannot accept your proposal. His face fell. But why? I can give you everything you need. Essie shook her head. I am looking for something more than riches. Jide's smile turned into a smirk. You will regret this, Essie. No man will want a woman who turns down good offers. With that, he walked away, angrily slamming the car door behind him. Essie sighed. She had expected this reaction. She watched as the car drove off, knowing that more suitors would come. More men with sweet words but selfish thoughts, and she would have to face them all. A week after Jide's visit, another suitor arrived at Esse's home. This time, it was Prince Femi, the first son of the king of a neighboring town. He arrived in a convoy of three luxury cars, his royal guards stepping out first to announce his presence. Esse stood at the entrance of her house as Femi walked up to her, his expensive agbada swaying with each step. He was tall, with sharp features and an air of authority. He smiled charmingly and said, Beautiful Essay, I have traveled far to see you. You are the kind of woman fit for a prince. Essay smiled politely, but as he spoke, she listened to his thoughts. She is more beautiful than I expected. Once she is mine, I will make her obey. No more of this pride. A woman's place is beside her husband, not acting like a queen in her father's house. Esse's stomach tightened. The words from his mouth were sweet, but his mind was filled with control and arrogance. Femi continued talking about his palace, his riches, and the grand life he would offer her, but Esse already knew her answer. Prince Femi, I am honored, but I must decline your offer, she said firmly. Femi's smile disappeared. Do you understand what you are rejecting? You will be a princess. Do not be foolish. Esse shook her head. I am looking for love, not power. The prince scoffed. You are too proud. No man will want you. Then he turned and stormed off, leaving a tense silence behind. Esse sighed. Another suitor, another disappointment. When would she find someone who truly cared? Days passed, and another suitor came knocking. This time, it was Olumide, a wealthy merchant who owned many shops in the market. He was not as young as the other suitors, but his confidence was unshaken. He arrived carrying a box of gold jewelries and fine fabrics. Essay, my dear, I bring you gifts fit for a queen, he said smoothly. Essay took a deep breath and listened to his thoughts. Once she sees this gift, she will say yes. Women love wealth. I will marry her and she will give me beautiful children. They will be my greatest business investment. Esse's heart sank. He saw her as an investment, not as a partner. She forced a smile and pushed the gift aside. I appreciate your kindness, but I cannot accept this, and I cannot accept your proposal. Olumide's face darkened. You are rejecting me? You will regret this. When you grow old, no one will want you. Essie remained calm. I will wait for true love, no matter how long it takes. Olumide stood up angrily, grabbed his gift, and walked away, leaving Essie with a mist of sadness and relief. She was beginning to wonder, was there any man out there with a pure heart? The rejection did not go unnoticed. The people of Oyo Kingdom whispered about Essie whenever she walked through the markets or attended festivals. She is too proud An elderly woman said, "Maybe she is cursed." Another added, "Even her family was growing restless." "Essie, you cannot keep rejecting good men," her mother scolded. "What are you waiting for?" Essie wished she could explain, but how could she tell them about her gift? They would never understand. That night, she sat on her bed, looking out of her window at the stars. "Am I really cursed?" she whispered, but deep in her heart, she knew the truth. She was being protected. Still, she couldn't help but wonder when her waiting would end. One evening, as Essie strolled through the town square, she noticed a young man sitting under a mango tree. He wore a simple, well-fitted shirt and trouser, different from the flashy outfits of her past suitors. She was curious. She walked past him, expecting him to look at her like all men did, but he didn't. Instead, he stared at the sunset with a calm expression. Essie paused. Who was he? And why did he not seem enchanted by her beauty? She decided to ignore him, but something in her heart told her that this man was different. The next day, Essie visited the market. As she picked out fresh vegetables, she heard a familiar voice. "That is a good choice," the voice said warmly. She turned and saw the man from the mango tree. He held a basket of goods, dressed in simple but clean clothes. "Good afternoon," Essie said, cautiously. "Good afternoon," he replied with a smile. "I am Ade, a trader in this market." Essie nodded politely, but braced herself to listen to his thoughts. "I wonder what makes her laugh. I hope she is happy." Essie froze. There was no arrogance, no greed, just kindness. For the first time, her heart skipped a beat. Essie and Ade talked as they walked through the market. He spoke about his simple life, his love for trading, and his dream of building a small shop of his own. Essie listened, expecting to hear something selfish in his thoughts. But all she had was kindness and curiosity. She seemed so thoughtful. I hope she has someone who makes her smile often. Essie couldn't help but smile. "You are different from the others," she said. Ade chuckled. "And you are different from the maidens I have met." Essie felt warmth spread through her chest. For the first time, she felt understood. Essie and Ade began seeing each other more often. They met in the market, strolled through the streets, and talked about everything. The town noticed. Who is this trader she's always with? People whispered. Even her mother noticed. "Essie, is there something special about this young man?" she asked. Essie smiled. Maybe, but deep down she was still afraid. Was he truly different? Or would he disappoint her like the rest? She needed to be sure. Essie decided to visit Iyaoje, the feared oracle of the hills. If anyone would explain her strange gift, it was the old woman who had lived for many years. She climbed the rocky path leading to Iya Oje's hut. Inside, the air smelled of burning herbs. The old woman sat cross-legged, her piercing eyes studying Essie. "I have been expecting you," Iya Oje said. Essie shivered. "Why can I hear men's thoughts?" The old woman smiled. "The gods gave you ears for truth, so you would not be trapped by deception. You have been protected, not cursed." Essie grasped. Protected? All this time, she had been safe from heartbreak. But what about Ade? She asked. Iya Oje chuckled. "Only you can decide if his heart is true." Essie left the hut with a new understanding. She was not cursed, she was choosing, and now she had to decide if Ade was truly the one. Essie walked home from Iya Oje's hut, her mind filled with thoughts. She now understood that her gift was a blessing, not a curse. But she still had one fear. What if Ade was like the others? She had not heard any bad thoughts from him yet. But what if he was just careful around her? What if deep down he was like Jide, Femi, and Olumide? That evening, she sat on the balcony, staring at the stars. She had spent years rejecting men because of their selfish thoughts. Now, for the first time, she wanted to trust someone, but could she? The next day, she saw Ade in the market, laughing with some other traders. As she walked past, she listened carefully, waiting for his thoughts. I hope Essie had a good morning. She seemed lost in thought yesterday. I wish I could make her laugh today. Essie's heart softened. Maybe, just maybe, Ade was truly different. Essie decided to test Ade. She would spend more time with him, listening to his words, and most importantly, listening to his thoughts. Over the next few days, they met often. They strolled through the streets, ate roasted plantain by the roadside, and talked about everything. One afternoon, as they sat by the river, Essie asked, "What do you think about love?" Ade smiled. "Love is when you care about someone's happiness more than your own." Essie listened carefully. His words were sweet, but what about his thoughts? Love is about making someone feel safe, valued, and free. I wonder if Essie had ever felt that way. Essie felt her chest tighten. No man had ever thought this way before. Maybe she had finally found someone real. Word spread quickly that Essie had been spending time with a common trader. The people of Oyo Kingdom were shocked. "Are they a mere trader?" One woman scoffed. "She rejected princes and rich men, but now she is with a market boy." A man laughed. Even Essie's mother was worried. "Essie, are you sure about this? He is not rich like the others." Essie smiled. "He has something more valuable, honesty." But the gossip only grew louder, and some suitors, angry at her rejection, were plotting something dangerous. Jide, Femi, and Olumide sat together in a private lounge, anger burning in their hearts. "She embarrassed us all," Femi groaned. "And now she wants to marry a trader." "We cannot allow this," Olumide added. Jide smirked. "I have an idea. If we cannot have her, then no one will." The three men leaned in, whispering their wicked plan. By the time they finished, their eyes gleamed with mischief. Essie had no idea that danger was coming. The next day, the kingdom buzzed with a new rumor, one that spread like wildfire. "Did you hear? Essie's new lover, Ade, is a fraud. He has stolen from traders before. He only wants her for her father's wealth. She will regret this." Essie was shocked when she heard the whispers in the market. She ran to Ade's shop, her heart pounding. "Have you heard what people are saying?" she asked. Ade signed. "Yes, I have, but I swear on my life, it is not true." Essie closed her eyes and listened. I would never hurt Essie, but who would spread such lies? Relief flooded her. Ade was telling the truth, but who was trying to destroy him? She had to find out. Essie decided to investigate. She asked around, listening to people's whisper, watching their expression. Then she heard a group of men laughing in a corner of the market. She moved closer, her ears picking up their thoughts. Essie will soon believe our lies. That trader will be nothing but a memory. Essie's blood boiled. It was Jide, Femi, and Olumide. She stepped forward. "So it was you." The men turned, startled. "How dare you try to destroy an innocent man?" she shouted. Jide smirked. "What will you do about it, Essie?" Essie's eyes burned with fury. "I will show everyone the truth." Essie wasted no time. She called a town meeting, standing before the people of Oyo Kingdom. "I have been silent for too long," she declared, "but today I will reveal the truth." She pointed at Jide, Femi, and Olumide. "These men are liars. They spread false rumor about Ade because they are jealous. The crowd grabs. Jide laughed nervously. Do not believe her. She is just a woman. Ese smiled. Then let me prove it. She turned to the people and repeated every thought she had had from the three men, every selfish desire, every wicked plan. The crowd murmured. She is telling the truth, someone shouted. Jide, Femi, and Olumide turned pale. Their plan had failed. The king of Oyo was furious when he heard what the three men had done. You have shamed this kingdom, he roared. As punishment, Jide, Femi, and Olumide were bound from seeking any maiden's hand for the next 5 years. Ade was finally free from their lies, but Essie knew her journey was not over yet. One evening, Ade and Essie walked under the stars. Essie, Ade said softly, I have loved you from the moment we met, but I will not ask you to marry me unless you truly want to. Essie smiled. I have spent years waiting for true love, and now I know I have found it. Ade knelt before her. Then will you be my wife? Tears filled Essie's eyes. Yes, Ade, yes. The kingdom was filled with joy, and preparation for Essie and Ade's wedding began. Even Essie's mother, who had once doubted Ade, now saw his pure heart. You chose well, my daughter, she said with a smile. But there was still one more step before her union could be complete. According to tradition, Essie and Ade had to seek the blessing of the ancestors. They visited the sacred shrine where the priestess performed the ancient rites. The flame flickered, and a voice whispered in the wind, Your love is true. You have been chosen. Essie and Ade held hands, knowing their love was destined. Under the big mango tree, the entire kingdom gathered. Essie looked breathtaking in her wedding attire, her skin glowing like the morning sun. Ade stood, waiting, his eyes filled with love. As they exchanged vows, the past whispers of doubt disappeared. All that remained was the sound of cheers and music. The feast lasted for days with music, dance, and laughter. Even the people who once doubted Essie now celebrated her happiness. She had found the one man whose heart was pure. Years passed, and Essie and Ade's love only grew stronger. Their home was filled with laughter, and their story became one of legends. They proved that love was not about wealth or status, it was about truth. Essie's name was forever remembered in Oyo Kingdom. She was the maiden who had the truth, the woman who refused to settle for less, and in the end, she found not just love but happiness. Guys, did you enjoy the story? Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Subscribe and turn on notification so you never miss an epic African tales. What would you do if you could hear people's thoughts? Tell me in the comment section. Thank you for watching Folktales by Chinelo.